There's a spot up there in New Hope on Aquatong Road that's like completely like that.
And
I was in the truck with Ryan, and he had just gotten the one. He had just gotten. He's since had like 2 trucks since then, but he just got this truck, and we were coming up to the train tracks, and he floors it, jumps the train tracks, and I'm like literally like, this is a brand new truck. What are you doing?
Breaking it in.
And he's like, yeah, that was a good send. All right, we're back. We got Ryan Rumer in here tonight. Second episode with him, but the first episode I felt like was Worldwide Stereo's episode that you hosted for them.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be more. This is Ryan Rumer.
Yeah. Then we have a PR person present.
Unplugged. Yeah.
She was very nice and
Worldwide
followed the rules. That's all we're gonna say.
Worldwide Stereo did in fact watch our show and realize that I might need a babysitter in case I said anything wild and ruin the company's reputation. But I think that's what
We
happened.
had a lot of views on it. People loved it. So
Yeah, so
you did great.
I mean, yeah, we did you guys a solid. But
Yeah,
this is
fun.
episode, I don't know, 118, 119,
120. Who knows?
120
We'll
could
see.
be.
We'll see.
Could be. We got a new whiteboard up in
Yeah.
the studio with nothing on it. Bunch of screws in there. Got a flag in the background behind Gilmar. A lot of changes happening in the studio that hopefully we're leaving soon.
Yeah.
A lot going on in the world, a lot going on in sports that I don't know about. But before we get started, we don't forget the charity walk on the 23rd for Alpha Bravo Canine. I think they finally picked a name out. I don't know. We can maybe go to their Instagram page and check that out. They had the dog like pull the name out of the hat. I think it's Stroll for Service Dogs is what they're naming the event. Hopefully they have the link up. It's the second picture.
Oh, what a cutie.
Boom.
Hey, bud.
Watch him pick it out. Oh my God, dude. Look at him. This other dog's just like, what's up, too? I wanted to pick it. Stroll for Service Dogs, April 23rd.
Can you get the paper?
Oh, wow. That's loud. Oh, damn.
Give.
Boom. Just like that.
Love it.
For those of you watching with your ears, we're sorry for that moment of silence where the dog got the name of the event out of a bucket full of paper. So first annual dog walk, April 23rd. We expect to see you out there contributing to the cause, helping veterans, raising service dogs, and then donating them to the veterans. Fun fact over there, what do we got? 30% of active duty reserve and military personnel deployed in Iraq and Afghanistan have a mental health condition requiring treatment, also known as GWAT or Global War on Terror. They ramped. Do you know that?
No.
Did you know that?
I did not.
Yeah. So the last 20 years of war is known as GWAT, GWOT, Global War on Terror. So if you had something happen, you're like you're a GWAT veteran, which is something I didn't know until pretty recently. Not really that recently now that I think about it. But moving on, dude. Most important thing I know in sports right now. James Harden.
James Harden, dog.
Yo, welcome to Philly. I know nothing about him. He looked.
What do you want to know?
Yeah, I mean, what's the deal with that guy? He's got like this cool beard. He's got this swag to him. Everybody's super excited he's in Philly now. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, yeah, I'm glad everybody's happy about it, but I have no idea what his deal is. What did he just like get traded mid-season?
So yeah, there was a midseason trade. Ben Simmons is gone.
Oh, Ben Simmons was the guy, right?
Yeah, Ben Slippins.
Ben Slippins.
That's what Anna calls him.
Ben Slippins.
Ben Slippins.
Funny.
Yeah,
I love that.
Shit's great.
So we traded Ben Simmons for the Harden guy.
Yep, for James Harden, and other cast of characters on the Sixers also had to go, and we got another player with James Harden.
All right.
So this is exciting.
Is this good things for the Sixers?
Yeah.
Is this championship things for the Sixers potentially?
I mean, that was the point of the move. Yeah. So hopefully, yeah, it's either championship or nothing to me.
Yeah, seriously. If we don't, we got to get to Eastern Conference Finals at
This
most
year.
This year, right now.
Yep.
Yeah. So the last time I followed basketball,
0-1.
it's going back there. We're like Iverson versus the Lakers.
Yeah, 0-1.
Yeah, 0-1.
Not gonna lie, dude. My brother and I went to Modell's, and got the hookup.
Go to Moe's.
Go Modos.
Yeah, I fucking love that shit.
Yeah. So I got a bunch of Sixers stuff, and like I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna look fresh in school tomorrow. Like I give a shit. And my brother buys a bunch of Lakers shit, and I was like, oh yo, we're really doing this? Because like, what's your rationale behind this? He's like, I don't know. Shaq's big. I'm like, but Mutombo, and he's like, well, we don't know. And I'm like, all right, well, what's up? He's like, Kobe? And I was like, yeah, R.I.P.
Yeah, R.I.P.
But I was like, all right, cool. So what do we tell people when we go to school tomorrow and you're wearing the wrong colors, young brother? And he's like, you know what? Honestly, I like these colors better. And that's the extent of the Man Brothers basketball situation. I think I've been to 2 Sixers games. The first one, I don't know. I think it might have been my birthday. And one of my parents my mom made the mistake of taking a minivan full of kids to the fucking Sixers game and then the Dave & Buster's. And do you know those like soccer horns? Like they're like plastic. They're like
Vuvuzelas.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
It's like a long horn, right? We smuggled one of those in.
Oh, jeez.
Joe Teresi was there.
Oh, of
Joey
course,
was
Joe
there.
Teresi
Yo,
was there.
shout out Teresi Painting.
Yo,
I got his
shout out,
shirt
man.
on. He owes me money for the shout out because it's free advertising until he pays me.
There we go.
But he actually put a shirt on my back, so I guess that's payment.
He clothed you.
I'm warm right now because of Joe. I feel him.
He clothed you when
houses
you
are
were
painted.
cold. Yeah.
Yeah, and the houses are
Exactly.
painted.
And houses
Yeah,
are
he
painted.
does a good job.
He does.
Yeah, so if you need a painter, shout out Joe Teresi. Anyway, so we go, and I remember we were on the bypass, and the Newtown bypass, and we were at the traffic light right before 95 where Shady Brook Farms is.
Yeah, I know where it is.
And this kid, Ryan Stamero, shout out, opens the minivan door, and it was one of those electronic minivan doors. When the car's not in park, it doesn't work. So he's like forcing the door open, and at a car right next to us, he's just like, and this woman in like a camera or something was like, holy shit. Why is this kid doing this horn out of the side of this car? Who's in charge here? My mom. And so my mom was like, oh, that's funny, real funny. You guys can't bring it in.
Brought it in.
Ryan Stamero in like the 6th grade was like 6'2", literally just slid the horn up his jacket.
I love it.
Just carried it in under his jacket. And nobody said anything about him because you're not patting kids down back then. Now you might. And so like if we literally were like, people knew we were there, so they were watching, and they literally like were like, we heard the horn. We heard the horn like the entire game. He's just like, bah! And like the most inopportune times. Like it's like in between. It's like somebody goes to make a 3, and he's bah! From like the cheap seats. It was echoing through the whole building. The players are probably like looking up. Like I don't even remember who the Sixers were playing. That's how hard we were laughing. And then the next time I went to a Sixers game, I think I was there for like 15 minutes, and then we were at the bar, and then we left. And I think we were at Xfinity Live after that.
Of course.
Hornless that time.
Hornless.
Probably for the best.
So I'm happy for the Sixers, I guess.
I haven't been this excited since literally 01.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like
It's a real deal.
Last 20 years of Sixers basketball has been mediocre.
Oh my God.
Playoffs here and there.
MCW.
The whole blow it up process.
And that's not good
disaster.
for us. That's not good for the city.
No.
Why?
Having shitty players.
Oh yeah, of course not.
We want to be like Philadelphia wants to be on the world stage.
Yeah.
We're like leading in murders. Why can't we throw some threes in there? Why can't we lead in basketball? Yo, shit, dude, gunfire.
I mean, that was It's all right. That was
now we're leading in basketball because now we have Harden, which will draw other young talent. Hopefully, they'll want to play with them, so it helps down the long run.
Yeah. So, what do you think they're championship material this year, or do you think we'll wait another year? I need to know if I should jump on the bandwagon before it happens or not.
Get on now.
Okay.
But let me lay it out to you. There's 3 teams you have to worry about.
All right.
The Bucks, because they're repeating.
And where are they from?
Milwaukee.
All right.
Then you have the Heat. They're real tough. And then you have the Bulls, which...
See, I know the Bulls, dude. I know Michael Jordan.
Yeah. Good.
Nice.
So we're good to go.
Let's go. Yeah.
We're good to go. All right. So we got, 3 teams that are threats right now.
Yeah.
I like to hear this. How do we think this? Well, the Sixers are, they got their shit together. Baseball's getting canceled. There's going to be no baseball this year. That I do know about.
Yeah.
No baseball this year. I'm calling it now.
No baseball.
No baseball.
Yeah.
I know how to spell it too in Spanish, so
Nice.
don't even try me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you don't.
Yo, you don't think I don't?
Yeah, I believe that
I'm
you
gonna
do.
say that now from now on. Yo, I don't think you don't. You know when somebody says,
My trend coming out.
I'm like, yeah,
Say
man.
that.
you know what? Yeah, sure. Yeah, I don't think you don't.
Yeah, I don't think you don't.
I heard.
It sounds negative, but it's positive.
It's funny. I
Yeah.
like it.
So then we got, like, we don't have to worry about baseball this year, which is kind of ironic because, like, we had so much conversation about, like, masks, no masks, baseball, like, what's going on. But now there's no baseball at all. So we don't, like, that's a whole sport that gets to avoid any sort of conversation about that
They'll
stuff.
get going mid-April.
You think?
The owners just need to get their act together, listen to the players, what they're trying to do, because they're trying to help future players for after they're done playing here. So
That's what this is about.
like the whole collective bargaining agreement. Like they've been talking about this deal since 2020, really.
So it's kind of like they're talking about, like, pensions and stuff like that kind of thing.
Dollars and cents more money to the players for like the TV deals. Like it's pretty much like the gist of it for our crowd who may not know.
So
Keep
instead
it
of, like, the
simple.
old white dude in the office doesn't get all the billions, we give a couple dollars to the players.
Yes,
Aren't baseball players, like, really well paid?
they have amazing contracts. There's
Mm.
real no salary cap like there are in other sports. So that's why the Yankees can sign who they want to sign because they have more money to spend. And they have NBA now. They have a salary cap, but like luxury tax sort of style. So the salary cap.
It
will
makes
help.
sense to me to even the playing field so you don't have, like, a Yankee situation where you just have, like, a team with a bunch of money just buying up all the good players and then
Right.
they're just getting more money and they're just going to be the richest team forever.
Yeah, so like the small market teams like Tampa, Oakland, they have players that are really nice. They compete, and then sometimes they get to playoffs and they play some juggernaut team that has all this money for extra players. But in recent years, Tampa Bay Rays have been making ALCS and World Series championship games because they're hitting on those young players with those really nice favorable contracts for their organization, and they're actually hitting on draft picks, which Phillies haven't hit on a draft pick in God knows how long.
Yeah, jeez.
You got to
Phillies-
buy your players then.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're trying to do that, and it's not working. Building through the draft is like the best thing to do.
Yeah, but now we have a championship basketball team.
Yep.
So it should be easier to get more other players for other sports. By not really, but if it's like, hey, come play in a winning city.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Philly,
it helps.
Philly leads in murders, and the Sixers are good now. Why wouldn't you want to come play here?
Yeah, we killing it all around.
It's cold in the winter times. It's great here. You know what I'm saying? It's just like we got great restaurants. They're opening back up. Opening back up I guess it's selectively if you have a Vax card or not.
You can now go to a Sixers game without a Vax card. Pretty sure.
That's
right?
true.
Wasn't that lifted?
I mean, you could have just gotten a fake Vax card like the rest of America.
It said mask mandate was lifted, so I'm sure you have to present something at the door.
Oh, I thought you
Such
didn't.
a fine line. Well, maybe I didn't. I just saw no masks in the center anymore, so it's like, all right, sweet.
I mean, I would have never worn one anyway.
What if you just got like a card and it just said vaccinated on it? Like just the word vaccinated.
I'm sure it's been tried.
And people are like, yeah, I'm vaccinated. Vaccinated.
Like the bench warmers.
Yeah.
When the guy shows him that piece of paper that's
I'm
sunrope.
12.
I'm 12 with $20 in it.
That's funny as shit, dude. That movie's really funny.
Oh, that's a great fucking movie.
I love that movie.
Guy's 45.
Yeah. It's like drinking while fucking hitting home runs.
Hammer.
It hit 5 o'clock shadow.
Oh, yeah.
That actually happened in Little League World Series.
Well, like somebody was too old to play in there.
Yeah, so probably 5-8 years ago, there's a team from Texas. They had a 16-year-old pitching against 12 and 13-year-olds, and he was throwing perfect games. So that went on for 2 games, and they're like, hey, wait a minute. It was incredible.
They checked him out, and then the MLB was like, "Oh, wait a minute, he's known enough to play here."
Well, MLB in the Little League World Series, it's under like a different thing.
Yeah, I know, but they're probably like, "He can come play now."
He probably could, yeah.
Yeah, the Little League World Series doesn't want you. The Yankees are hired.
The Yankees are looking for a pitcher.
Yeah, they're looking for a bat boy, bat child.
That child.
Actually, it's bat person now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we don't want to take that away. No,
Don't want to assume.
you can't assume gender. It's a dangerous world out there. You get caught assuming, you make an ass out of you and me.
Look at that.
That's
I go
what I'm
by
saying.
that. I live by that.
So the Eagles probably are going to be trash again this year. What do we say about the Eagles?
I don't know. How do you feel about Russell Wilson? Do you want him on the Eagles?
All right, so here's my thing. We have 3 draft picks.
He might hear this though.
Russell,
Listen up, buddy.
Trust me, I would love Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
He's exciting. He's dynamic. He can throw the ball deep down the field, connect, escape from outside the pocket, pick up 5-10 yards first down. We saw firsthand when the Eagles were against him in the playoffs a couple years ago. But we have 3 first-round draft picks to fill needs on this other roster. We have a quarterback in place right now who knows the system and is growing. What I would hate to happen is we trade him away to another team for a better quarterback.
Get a 4th first-round draft pick.
And get
or get a quarterback.
I don't think he's worth the first round, but
no, yeah. So we get another pick and probably
Don't take that away from Russell.
for another
I'm
player,
talking about
including
Jalen.
a quarterback. What if he goes off and has a stellar career and is amazing?
Yeah, we fucked
That'd
up.
be very Philly of
It's-
us.
Yeah, we always give away our talent and they all go off somewhere else. Like we have a young kid now who knows the offense. Let's put the team around him, get some more pieces on offense, a little bit better of an offensive line. We need another wide receiver. We need some defensive players, linebacker, secondary help. So we have needs. Now, Howie Roseman, oh my God.
Howie.
He can't draft for hell.
Is it his call, though?
It's a mixture.
So this is great. So there's some people in Philadelphia on Sports Talk Radio Land that I listen to and I laugh and it's hysterical that believe Jeff Lurie's been pulling the strings. And there's some people that are like, all right, it's Jeff and Howie's decision on draft picks. So it's really shaky on who it is, but really the general manager of the team is to build the roster out with the head coach and make those picks. So you could go back in the file and find middle first round picks that Howie has done that hasn't panned out. So some people are worried. Like
Howie needs to take a back seat, maybe a 3rd row.
Yeah, I agree.
I think Howie needs to. Yeah, it's a little tight. I feel like I'm slouching.
Don't
Howie
wanna
just
slouch.
needs to listen to the people around him. for
See, that's
other
what I would
input.
do. If I were Howie, I'd hire a bunch of experts and have them pick it. And then when it doesn't work out, I'd fire them. Just every year. I'd just do that every year.
This is the other problem. When you
Right? Is that football?
I mean, it could be, but
That's like an owner.
yeah.
So owners, they're businessmen, they're billionaires. They own these teams. They hire people around them to make these decisions.
Yeah, because
Like Jerry Jones.
You just want to own the team.
Jerry Jones owns the president and the GM, so he's doing it all because he doesn't trust anybody. But when owners get involved with their teams, they don't do so well.
But
Hence
Jerry
why-
Jones is old as dirt. The dinosaurs
Yeah.
were still walking the earth when that guy was a kid.
Probably. He looks like not good.
Was
Yeah,
that a
he
good?
does
Was
not.
that, dude,
Does
I'm
not
just
look
saying how
good.
old he is.
He's an old fucking guy.
Dude, if you want to reference how old somebody is, you have to throw animals in there,
Yeah.
like extinct animals, preferably.
Or a horseshoe crab.
Like if you, I
They're
mean,
still around.
yeah,
Alligators,
dude, you were
sharks.
around when the first horseshoe crab was discovered,
There you go.
and they're millions of years old, dude.
That horseshoe crab crawled out of the ocean, hit the beach, and goes, "Nah, I'm gonna stay a horseshoe crab for the rest of eternity."
Yeah, exactly. That's
Dude,
exactly what that
dude,
fucking did.
I was talking to this one horseshoe crab one time, and like he didn't even have perspective on things anymore because he was so old. He was
So set in his
dude, he
ways.
was fucking racist.
Yeah, he was set in his ways,
Dude,
man.
he was he said you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, horseshoe crabs and I would not be friends.
Dude, he literally was talking about different nationalities, and he put the in front of every the Mexicans.
Yo.
And I was like, whoa, crab, you can't do that.
You can't do that. You can't just throw the in front of ethnicities.
I
and
mean,
races.
horseshoe crab, you're not even get out of here.
Yeah, I don't call you the horseshoe crab.
Yeah, dude, the crabs, dude.
Fucking
Nobody
asshole.
wants crabs anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
There's not a type of crabs people want.
No.
Bottom feeders.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway,
we digress.
Yeah, it's fine.
Dude, how the fuck did we get off topic based off?
we're talking about how old
horseshoe
Jerry
crabs?
Jones is.
Yeah, and I brought the
Horseshoe
crabs.
crabs.
My
God
bad.
damn it.
So
Should have stuck to dinosaurs.
if Howie Roseman sees this, keep all 3 draft picks, please. As I look into my camera.
Yeah.
I'll sponsor this ad straight to Howie Roseman's fucking house. Dude, if Howie doesn't see this, I'll make sure everybody in his family
Yeah.
does. They'll be like, Howie, this random show is just talking
Yeah.
shit. And then we'll get on there. We'll have to bring the horn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Yeah, that's
The
a horn.
Vuvuzelas were terrible.
Dude,
during the
straight up, that
2010.
horn was disgusting by the time my mom threw it out. Because
Yeah.
it just smelled like unbrushed teeth.
And dirty kid.
Dude, just like everybody had blown that thing. You know what I'm saying? I didn't mean to do it. I didn't mean
I love
to.
it.
I
It's
didn't
fine.
mean to. Take it back.
Those horns actually got banned after the World Cup in South Africa because during the broadcast, that's all you heard. So now no more. It was so annoying.
Yeah, it was.
It's cool. I get it. It's there are musical instruments, which is awesome, but it's just way too much.
And I don't even know where the horn came from. I want to say it came from like a trip to the Renaissance Fair or something like that. Like
they're very easy to find.
I thought it was an African thing. Is it not?
It was just like this red plastic horn. We had two of them, and then one was made a weapon. Sure. It was my brother and I each, like when we were kids, my mom would buy us two of everything so we didn't fight.
Oh, same.
Right? I mean, usually cheap stuff because we weren't ballers. But horns we could afford.
Yeah.
And we got two horns, and like I remember my horn got bent up because I struck my brother with it.
Oh, of course.
I'm not even going to say hit him.
His head.
Because like if you hit somebody, I think when you use the word hit, and this is just an Andrewism, if you hit somebody, they're ready for it. But if I struck him, he was not ready. That horn, like when plastic gets that like bent thing to it,
changes colors.
My horn, it was like it was not okay. Lighter. And then like I don't know, we went away to like my grandparents' house for the weekend. We came back, my mom had like cleaned up the basement. My horn was 86th, so we had one horn left. Which went to the back of a closet and didn't come out until 2001 when we went to the Sixers game.
So that's funny. It's funny you bring that up because my grandparents got my brother and I slingshots for Christmas one year.
Oh, shit.
Hold on. Christmas before we moved. So basement is empty, and there's this old recliner. I'm like, I want to go down there and shoot that against the recliner. So I put up a piece of cardboard with the against the recliner to hit it. Missed everything. Goes right through into the drywall, like right before we're moving.
You just push the chair up in front of the hole.
No, I did one better. I tried to find a brown magic marker and I colored it.
This will fix everything.
Dude, my mom threw those slingshots away. She goes, "You're done." And then my dad was down there respectfully. He goes, "You're real, like, not nice things to say." Right?
Dude, so who would buy you a slingshot? That's irresponsible.
It was just, my grandparents did. They're like, "Oh, it'd be fun for the boys to play with." And like, my uncle wanted us to get us paintball guns one year. My mom 86 that. She goes, "No, because you shot me with your BB gun as a kid. That's not happening." So
yeah, so the paintball gun thing was Sorry, Mom, it happened. The paintball gun thing was like it was not well thought out in my house. It was like we'll get paintball guns, but we'll only get one gun because if we get one gun, you guys won't shoot each other. The problem with that is whoever holds the paintball gun is going to shoot the other person, and they're unarmed. So we would set up in the backyard, and mind you, like my backyard like wasn't that big, and there was houses behind my house.
Oh, God.
So it was my paintball gun. So like my brother went first.
Titman 98 custom.
And it was like a Piranha
nice.
discount boy.
Holy cow.
That we modified the springs, and every time we went to play paintball, you'd have to dial your gun in and like shoot it off the velocity thing so you didn't shoot fast in the range. And shout out to my brother. My brother would bring like sets of extra springs. And my brother would do a field breakdown of his gun. Well, like now his job, it makes a lot of sense now. But he would like shoot it over the thing. And like the first time we went in, we upgraded the springs so they like shot like as fast as it could go. And it was like twice the speed of what you were allowed to shoot on the paintball course. So I put it on there. The guy was like, "Oh, you got to go back and like something's wrong with your gun. You're shooting it too fast." Like, so my brother's like, "All right, cool. This is what we'll do." He's like, "Put this spring in your gun. And then when we get out on the field, I'll throw the other spring into your gun." And I was like, "You can do that?" And he's like, "Yeah, dude." He's like, "I got the basic spring in my gun. Watch." And the guy's like, "All right, you're good to go play." So I did it. Boom, good. And when I got out there, my brother's like, "All right, cool. Come over here."
Is this your older brother?
Little brother.
Oh, your little brother.
Yeah, I mean, he's just 2 years younger than me. So
That's
we were
me and my brother. So
like,
this is great.
when I was 10, my brother was 8. My brother was also 10. He was a 10-year-old in an 8-year-old body.
Yeah.
Because I was like, my mom would just like wherever I went, like I got a job, my brother got a job there too. I started a company, my brother came and worked there. Like it was always just like if it was Andrew, it was Tim there was there too.
It's like CJ and I. That's hilarious.
Yeah. So we get out on the field and we're taking rounds, like things are flying over our head. And my brother's like field swapping our springs, and I'm like, "Dude, we're gonna get shot before we even get into this thing." And he's like, "Nah, dude, we got sidearms." My brother, I didn't have a sidearm, but my brother had a sidearm, and literally was like, he's like, "Yo, just shoot it towards that way, and they won't come over this way." So I'm just like dumping out rounds. I got 10 rounds in this thing. Gets my thing swapped, and then I'm shooting this thing. It's like, it's like literally you could hear the difference. Every 8th paintball is getting broken because my gun's too powerful. And the ref was like, "Oh yeah, check your gun when you go back in." I'm like, "Yeah, I'll check that. Good to go, dude. You guys passed me. It was good to go, but it would light it up." But we got the paintball gun, like the first one. Once my mom realized that it was a bad idea to have just one, dude, we had an accidental discharge in my closet. We were messing with it, shot in my closet, missed all these like dress clothes and things, and hit the back of the closet. The mark's still there to this day in my mom's house.
Hysterical.
But we got my brother. He started at the behind the shed, and like he'd have to like run for cover, and I would just try and shoot him, and then we would take turns doing it. But the first time we did it, I caught my brother so square in the Adam's apple that we just stopped. We just stopped. My brother was just like, I like, this isn't even fun for me anymore. I just got fucking danked in the neck. It was like, it drew a little bit of blood. Like, caught him right. Like, I didn't mean, I'm obviously not that good at it. I'm just boom, 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 boom. Just like, he just ran right into the paintball. It's not even like that I aimed for him. He ran into the paintball. That's how bad I was. Yeah, that's how bad I was. And it was because my older cousins had paintball guns, and we used them at their house. So my mom was like, "Oh, okay, I guess we could get these."
This is a good idea.
Big fucking mistake. We ended up the next time we played paintball with one gun. I don't know if it was me or my brother, but like we missed and hit my neighbor's house, and my mom made us go over, and she was like, "You got to go tell them." And we didn't tell them. We just tried to clean it. It like literally like if their sink had a window, it hit the fucking window. Like literally like they were in the kitchen, and it was like dang. My brother just goes over and just. I'm like cleaning off the siding. I'm like, "Don't let him see you," and he's like, "Yep, we're good." He's like, "Yep." I'm just like, "Yeah, they saw you." But yeah, now it's paintball guns.
That's exactly why my parents didn't do it. We went. See, my brother and I, we've been paintballing that skirmish.
Yeah,
and it's a lot of fun.
It's way better to rent the guns.
It is.
That way you don't have to do like we used to think like, oh man, we're gonna be like paintball assassins.
No,
but it's like your gun breaks. You got to clean the gun. Yeah. You got to like do all this stuff. You got to get a longer barrel to reach out further. It's not actually a real thing.
So there's two types of people on the paintball course that I've noticed.
Yeah,
or three. You have the guys who go out there and rent, have fun, bachelor parties, whatever. Mm-hmm. Then you get the military guys on their days off,
or like. Yeah, want to be military guys too. You got to watch out for them. They're like, "I served." Be like, "I was in the cafeteria the whole time, but I was there."
Oh man!
And they got like a thing to prove because they never got their shot.
Right. And then you have the young kids with mom and dad's money that have like insane guns, double air tanks on the back, and they're shooting like 50 yards.
Yeah, the kid's like, "Dude, what's the Wi-Fi to your gun?" It's like, what the fuck? Your gun has Wi-Fi? It's like, what the fuck, dude?
That's fucking. Yeah.
Dude,
I have an app on your phone for bullets per minute, if that's even a thing.
Dude, legitimately, the last time we played paintball, it was we've been talking about going as a company a bunch of times, but I think this was for a bachelor party. And I was like invited to the bachelor party, but I was like invited because they needed more people to play paintball. I wasn't even like really that close friends with anybody. But I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll go.
Screw you guys.
I'll go bang." And we were getting ready to go, and there was obviously the rich kids that were like there every Saturday. And this one kid's gun, like the paint job on the gun was like nicer than most nice cars that I've seen. Jesus. It had like this like pearlescent color to it. I'm like, damn. I'm gonna shoot that kid first.
He shot you first.
Nah, because I don't even care. Like I'll run up on you. I'll wipe paint off me. I don't even care. This is paintball. This ain't real world.
Time. Kids hated me.
You want to take me out? You want to take me out? Throw some punches. Let's go. Right? Yo, put the knife on the front. Let's go.
1776 called. What's up?
Yeah.
Melee. Fucking meleeing everybody.
Yeah, I saw somebody sent me people love to send me like airsoft videos of like, "Oh dude, look at this crazy shot." I'd be like, "This is so stupid." But the guy literally like took his like magazine out of his airsoft gun and like just threw bullets at a dude in a bunker, and the guy was like, "I guess you got me." And I'm like, this is airsoft things. Like the guns on airsoft now are super realistic. They have like this one video. It's the same account that my buddies send me, and it's this guy who's ridiculously good at it. And he has a sniper rifle, and he's got a video camera on his gun.
I've seen it.
And he's like reaching out and shooting dudes like far shit. I'm like,
he's hitting him in the ass from like 80 yards.
Yeah,
That's
and they're
really
like,
funny.
"No, we didn't get hit. I don't know where this is coming from." I'm like, "Nah, dude." And he's got it like on the video. I'm like, you take this way too seriously. You know, the Ukrainians need you. Transition.
Transition.
Well, that's good. So after a little paintball adventure, we were guys who were retired vets or some were active military. It was cool to play with them. My friends and I all realized, like, if we
Shit hits the fan.
called to battle, it's
hang back.
See, if it's our country, I'm gonna go to train and I'm gonna go defend.
Yeah,
That's
of
where
course.
I'm at. But like at the time, because we wouldn't actively go do that.
Yeah, we're not
we got
made for
destroyed.
Yeah, the training does come into it. I remember when we played paintball, we would go. Sometimes we would go to this place in the Pine Barrens in New Jersey.
Yeah.
And my brother was a small dude, but when we were kids, he was pretty small.
Mm-hmm.
People always underestimated him. He'd be the first one to throw a punch, and they'd be like, "Oh, where did this little kid just come from to knock me out?" But I remember we were playing. We were in the tent, and you hear people playing in the woods, and they were like getting ready for our group to go out. And this like guy had brought his like girlfriend or fiance or whatever, and she was pretty hot. And like I remember being like, "Oh, look, he's so cute," and I was like, "Who's she talking about?" I'm like, "Oh shit, she's talking about my brother." I was like, "Oh, I hope he didn't hear that." And then literally, my brother goes out, and I don't know if he went after her. But he saw her out on a thing, and I think he point blank shot her in the neck.
Oh,
like he was literally like from here to that door. He was like less than 10 feet away, and she came back in with this like welt on her neck on the side, and she's like, "He shot me," and the guy was like high fived my brother.
the fiance?
Yeah, the guy was like, "Oh, good shot, kid." Like,
Nice.
My brother's like, "Yeah, what's up, dude?"
Engagement photos were the next day.
Yeah, my dad took us that day, and
Did your dad
like,
play?
I mean, he played this time. And true story, he was like, "You wear armbands, so you can like." They're like, "Oh, we'll just put," and in the armband they'll just put like yellow tape around your arm,
Yeah, for
and they'll be like, "You're on this team."
Mhm.
So like, my dad was like behind these like a stump in the woods, and I was like, "Dad!" And I was yelling, like he wasn't reacting to me, but it was because he like didn't want to give away his position. That's what he said.
Right, yeah.
But I was like trying to get his attention. And then you didn't respond, so I fucking lit him up. I was like, because you don't know. If you look like the enemy. I didn't want to get closer to you and have you turn and then me have to like get in a duel with you. I'm going to shoot you in the back.
Yeah.
So to this day, if you ask my dad, I shot him in the back playing paintball. But it was for the team.
It's for a good reason.
It was for the team. You should have responded. You should have given me like a little military hand signal. Like
Mm-hmm.
And I would have been like, "Oh, okay, cool. I'll go this way. I'll flank you." But instead, he like didn't respond. Poor field communication.
Yeah.
And I, unfortunately blew up. Friendly fire happens when you don't communicate clearly, and that's what happened that day.
Lit him up.
I think I was like 12.
Grounded.
I don't think he ever took us playing paintball again.
You just lit him up that one time.
Yeah, he was pretty mad about it. Like it wasn't like, "Oh yeah, I understand." It was like he was pissed.
Oh.
I was like, "Gosh, all right, dude."
I remember my
The
brother.
rules about like the like the fog of war is pretty thick.
I remember my brother went with the neighborhood kids, and he was probably 12, 13 years old, and he came back with welts.
Yeah.
He got lit up. Like one of the bruises looked like a smiley face on his ass. It was really funny. Like he got destroyed. I was like, "What happened?" He goes, "Marines." I'm like, yeah, you did not have fun today. Like, I'm going to pass.
Yeah, that's no good. That's no good. My cousin, he's was way into paintball back in the day when we were kids, and he would like work at the paintball place. Like he would ref matches.
That's cool.
And he would carry this like drop leg holstered like sidearm thing, which is the sidearm my brother ended up buying per the recommendation. And he would like shoot kids if they wouldn't listen to him. And I'm like, that's crazy. If I ever saw you and you shot me and you were the ref, I'd light you up because you only have a sidearm. You got 10 rounds. I got a whole mag here. I got a whole pod of paintballs here. I'll get thrown out for the day if the ref shoots me. And he'd be like, "That'd be real stupid if you did that." I'm like, "No, I'm just telling you what will happen. I'm not trying to be tough. I'm just saying my reaction times. You shot me, I shoot you.
Yeah.
I'm not dead in real life. I can still pull this trigger. I'm just got a welt."
Bruises heal.
Yeah, I had a couple people last time we played with that bachelor party. Like this one chick like wiped the paint off.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh shit, dude,
You get caught wiping.
I
real
spent the
competition's bad.
entire round then just sending rounds into her head." And she just I literally was just like lobbing them over this bush and just whacking her. And it was like almost winter time, so like the balls weren't necessarily like, they were like, and she was far enough away. I think that's what it was. It wasn't necessarily cold. She was far enough away that the balls were like, some of the balls were hitting her and not breaking. So they were just like they were just
Frozen.
like, it was like dodgeball with paintballs. It was just like, just like bouncing off her boobs. Like,
This is bringing back so many memories. Junior
are
high.
you gonna?
No, here we go.
You're gonna have paintball PTSD.
Yeah. No, nothing plain. But in junior high, I rode a kid with a bus who lived up the street from me. He was like really intense with it. He would like jump around on the seats and like pretend to like get guys, like no gun, but like just like going like the little trigger.
Be like,
action.
this happens so good.
Yeah, it
be
was
like,
so
all right,
funny.
all right, cool, dude.
All right, man, cool.
You're real good with the fingers. That'll come in handy in high school.
Yeah, right. Good for you, Kyle.
Dude, this kid's all I know this one kid that's friends with my brother from growing up, and he still plays paintball to this day, but he's on like a team. They play
It's intense.
I think it's called speedball.
Yeah,
they play with the inflatable
Yep.
things, and they play it on like a national level. Like they're traveling for paintball.
There's pros that get paid.
I watch his Instagram videos sometimes, and I'm like, this is serious.
Mhm.
Is there money in this? Should I join? Should I join the Legion?
Speedball.
Yes,
Check it out. My Instagram story reel, when I just go scrolling in the mornings or at night, I come across speedball, and it's insane.
It's super high speed. They're
No.
a speed. Yo, stop. Yo, so we Googled speedball, and 6,800,000 results came up in 0.64 seconds. But the first result, real teens ask about speedball. A speedball is a combination of heroin and cocaine. Cocaine acts as a stimulant, heroin acts as a depressant, so taking them together creates a sort of push-pull reaction to the body and the brain.
Jesus.
Let's go.
This your Instagram feed? Jesus
Yo,
Christ.
Seriously.
No, not like
Right.
that.
Maybe
I
we
just
throw-
saw
maybe-
heroin. I'm like, Jesus.
Maybe we throw paintball onto the
Yeah, there
internet.
you go.
It gets even worse.
Yeah,
You can go to a
let's-
local Starbucks and do a push-pull method. Those doors are so confusing.
Affinity, yo,
Affinity.
sick, dude.
Should we comment on this?
Fucking
you guys suck.
sick. You guys suck.
Yeah.
Oh hell
This video
yeah.
was made in 20. Okay.
It's in
That was-
4K though, apparently.
That's what you do for your next shirt. You make it look like a paintball penny for summer.
Maybe we'll have to consumer test that.
Consumer test it.
Yeah.
Wow, look
Guy
at these
just took it
guys.
right in the head.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But I know there's like a whole strategy.
Oh,
Everybody starts
shit.
in this with like their backs to each other, and then
Yeah,
they like
yeah,
run to
yep.
their positions.
You gotta have the gun on the barrel on the starting point and then run down.
Yeah, like they do with the finger.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
that was pretty
Oh
cool.
damn!
And they're really letting it rip.
Yeah, I'd be pissed too, buddy.
Yeah, I mean he fought so hard.
See, that's cool. He's got the mask. Looks like the skeleton.
Mm-hmm. I've never been paintballing.
It's so much fun.
Jesus,
Yeah.
Gilmar, there's so many firsts that we've had together.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, that guy got lit up.
We're gonna paint. Now that Gilmar said this, we're gonna get a paintball thing together. Maybe beer and wood paintball.
That'd be insane.
We'll have to have beer and wood, and then beer and wood paintball.
Yeah,
He's like,
yeah.
let me get your bullets away from. Oh shit! All right,
Yeah,
we've learned the war.
the real.
It's wild.
Let's see how much they get paid. If there's a
Yeah, go to this
Sure.
wiki. Barely say that. I don't know. Just Google professional paintball
Salary.
income. Or yeah, salary. Yeah, I wonder if Philadelphia has a paintball team and if they're championship level. The highest salary for paintball referee.
Holy
So it's not even a fucking. The athletes don't even get paid.
No, come
It's
on. That's not
that is the
Wait, look,
that's a
let's-
referee.
right. Go second one right
A
there.
referee makes $74,000 a year doing paintball.
It's better not be some long-winded article, dude.
All right, $65,000 a year.
All right. Professional player was able to make as much as $65,000 a year.
And two NXL refs will get paid. There's that link that we saw.
But this is in 2011.
So it's probably gone up since then or down.
I mean, with inflation and things, we could probably get them 68,000.
Yeah,
I mean, the cost of
75.
gas, like, how do they travel these places?
we were just talking about
Oh
cost
my
of gas. earlier.
God, I filled up at a local Wawa, and it's usually not terrible, and I 20-gallon tank, and I
For those of you listening in Nigeria, because apparently we have a whole bunch of people listening from Nigeria, Wawa is a place where we eat food and get gasoline.
same time.
Literally at the same time.
It's magic. $83.
$83
$83
in the Jeep?
In the Jeep.
Damn.
It's a Grand Cherokee, so 20-gallon tank.
Yeah, I think it costs me anywhere probably right now. I'd say it's $140 to $150 to fill my truck.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. Jesus.
That's fucking crazy.
Between my truck payment and the gas, it's like a mortgage every month
That's
of a
fucking-
nice house.
That's fucking
Yeah.
crazy, dude.
It's like, goddamn, construction business. Why didn't I pick something in computers?
Or paintball.
Computers.
Yeah, I should have been a professional paintball player. I could have got it at a Hyundai.
God damn.
Saved on gas. Yeah, I don't know, man. The gas thing, it gets, it is what it is for us. It's a business
Yeah.
expense, which like still means we have to pay for it.
Right.
But it's factored into like the cost of doing business. I'm driving for work.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, you know, if I didn't, yeah.
And you probably get pretty good gas mileage in your truck, right?
Yeah, I'd like to think so.
Heavy pedal. I know you're heavy on the pedal.
Yeah, I mean, we got to get places.
I've
You like
seen him peel out.
smoke guys out when you're going by.
Nah, yeah, no more black smoke.
No banner.
no more rolling coal.
It's
We got DEF filter still on my truck.
That's on my Instagram feed
Nice.
too. It's so funny.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
they're smoking people at bus stops. Like that's kind of fucked up, and I'm laughing.
Yeah, my last diesel truck was
Was a smoker.
a smoker. People, I tell this story sometimes. I just call it justice. I had just passed the Philadelphia International Airport. We were coming up from this job that we had in like below the city, and we were on the highway, and it was like we were approaching the city, so like traffic was starting to build up, and I was in the far right lane, and this like dude comes up in his minivan, and like we got in this like dick measuring competition where it was like who was gonna get the spot. And I was like, dude, I don't know why you're trying to like. He was literally trying to use his van to like. I don't know. I truthfully this time wasn't the instigator. I wasn't really trying to be a part of it at all. I was just kind of like, dude, I don't understand why you're trying. Like, I'm clearly here. Like, why are you just get behind me? I don't know why you're trying to get this spot. I'm behind a tractor trailer truck, so it's like not even really worth. I'm not in a good spot. We're all in traffic. I don't know. And he's like trying to start shit, like yelling. And his wife was in the car. It was a Chrysler, like, whatever, Town and Country, but it was like...
Was it slammed?
It was Philly. It was Philly. So it was like a 1998 Town and Country. So it had seen better days at this point. And this guy looked like he had gotten in a fight with a meth pipe recently. So I was like, you know what? Like, then this went on for miles, right? This probably went on for a good 20 minutes of like, and I'm like, look, dude, like I literally, if I turn my truck right, I will drive over your car.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't understand this. I'm like, what is the point of what you're doing? And then finally I just like, he was in the shoulder. He kept trying to push over and he was getting kind of close. And so I was like, all right, so now I'm in like 2 lanes and people behind me are like not trying to have a piece of this.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
like there's more and more room growing in like the next over lane.
Okay.
So I like just shifted the truck into neutral as we were rolling. I just revved it up, threw it into drive, and I stomped it even further and then pressed on the brake. So my back wheel starts smoking up and the black smoke started pouring out of my exhaust pipe. This is probably 6 years ago.
This is fantastic.
And I just shot off the truck was so fast. And like, I will never do this to another truck again. The truck was always broken because of all the work we did to it. And it literally just, I let the brake off and it just launches. And these people were like obviously fighting with meth all the time, so they had to have their windows down. And I filled their car with black smoke. And you could hear his wife or whoever his partner in meth was literally just like,
You had to say that.
dude, she looked like she was bringing it to him.
Actually,
He probably didn't do drugs until he met this chick.
That's fucking hilarious.
She was hard looking.
Who's partner in that?
Like all the mirrors on their car were probably broken.
I was
from her.
fine until I heard you start laughing.
Yeah, I mean, bro, it's like
Was
partner in crime, not partner in meth. Dude.
Yeah, so I mean, I didn't mean that for it to be funny. It was more of a truthful statement. I'm learning that people laugh at the truth, I guess. And this, like, it literally, like, the black, like, there was so much, and that was the last time I did that because it was so bad that I was literally like, that was really fucked up. But you insisted, you fucked with me for 20 minutes, and I'm literally like, dude, all right, you know what? Like, if this is gonna escalate, to like a
Basketball
physical
size
alter,
bike.
like because if the traffic, it was like 5 mile an hour traffic. So if it
Yeah,
got
it's
stopped,
crawling.
I didn't know if he was going to get out of his car, and then it was
Right,
like,
yeah, you have all
so I'm like,
that.
you know what? Instead of just being the bigger man here and letting it go, I'm just going to silence you with a whole bunch of soot. And I literally it was just like dumping out of the pipe,
Global
and it got up.
warming on 76.
And we just and it just filled their whole car. I could hear her screaming.
Were you
at
by
him.
yourself?
No, I was not by myself.
That makes it better.
I was not by myself. I was with 3 other people. One of them was my brother. Only one person had something negative to say, and then the other people were like, "That was awesome.
Yeah.
We should have to smoke some cigarettes now." Yeah, literally, like my brother's like, "Oh, that was unfortunate. You want a cig?" I remember his face as he was just like, "That wasn't." I don't know if I agree with that, but it was unfortunate it came to that.
That's a great statement.
Yeah, because my brother's point of view, perspective, I don't know for sure, but his perspective was, I'm glad that didn't get physical and we didn't have to fight anybody.
Yeah.
But you know what? If that's all that happened, like, I'll let this go.
Yeah.
My brother's a pretty good dude, so he was like, that was probably not the best choice of action. I'm like, but hey, I'm driving, you're not. Like, if you want to drive next time, you can drive.
My car, my rules.
Yeah. And then
Yep.
yeah, I had 2 diesel trucks at the time, and then after that incident, that truck
Prius.
became my brother's. he was like, hey, look, I think I'm going to drive this truck from now because you obviously aren't responsible enough to handle this power.
He's out there smoking bus stops.
Yeah. I would never do it to people. Like, there was times I would never do it to anyone that didn't deserve it. There was times where, like,
Right.
people would be like, I would pull off of things super slow, and people would be like, meh, like honking, like, this is traffic, like, we got to go. And I'd be like, look, if I go as fast as you guys know, it's going to be like global warming on Buck Road. That's like, I would pull up to jobs or customers' houses in that truck, and I'd be like embarrassed. It was literally like, if T-Rex was a truck, it was that truck.
That's pretty awesome.
It was a very cool truck, but it was literally like, when you started it in the neighborhood in the morning,
Cold
it
start.
was like, ugh, everybody's up now.
Yeah.
We're all awake. Construction wakes everybody up.
Jeez.
Yeah, so I always now the truck I have now has like the DEF,
Yeah.
the
Mhm.
DEF thing on it.
Yep.
I want to delete it. It's a huge fine if you get caught with it deleted,
It is a
which
huge
I'm willing probably to pay just to not have it.
Right.
But I'm also, by the time I get around to doing the delete, like everything, I'll probably have a new truck. Because I always talk about doing it,
Mhm.
and like I have so much shit to do.
Right.
It's probably not going to happen.
Just keep it. It's fine.
Yeah, it's changing that. It's like adding that DEF fluid to the truck. When you like read the label on the DEF, or
Yeah.
like if you've ever spilt a little bit of that and you watch what it does to like metal and plastic, you're like, is this good for the environment?
I've never seen. How does it react?
It's like, it
melt
will literally just like, if you have black plastic underneath your hood anywhere,
Yes.
it'll literally just turn it white. It literally will take the black out of it. Like, and the plastic is made with the pigment. So like the plastic is black.
Mhm.
Like, there's no way to change the color of it, but somehow this stuff is like so abrasive that they're
Right.
like, literally, don't get it on anything. I'm like, oh god. The first time I changed it, I was like watching a YouTube video or reading how to do it on my truck, and the guy was like, don't get this on anything. And I was like, And I had something around, and I was like, I just poured a little bit on like an oil
Boom.
case thing, like thing that catch the oil when you're changing it. I just
Yeah.
like poured a little bit on it. It literally was just like, it discolored that. And I was like, ooh.
Shit.
So I completely, like, when I change it on my truck, because it's not in a convenient place, it's under my hood. Whereas like slightly newer trucks have it, like, you can do it by the exhaust or the gas tank.
Yeah.
There's like another little spot.
Yep.
I'll literally I'll put a black trash bag and like blue tape it to like my fender, and then poke a hole in the trash bag to where the nozzle is, and pour it in through there. So if any spills, it like is caught by the whole trash bag.
Right.
When people watch me do it, they're probably like driving past my house like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
So
Got a trash bag under the, like, what's going on here?
So that was my next question. Is so you have to go buy DEF like at a hardware store and then
Yeah.
go fill it. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was
Yeah.
like, are they at the gas station pumps?
They're
They're
at-
do this.
Well, down south, they literally have it on a pump at the gas station.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, that's
but up
not
here,
surprising.
they
They haven't gotten their act
they
together.
doesn't have it. Why was that funny?
They doesn't
I
have
knew
it.
you would. I knew I'd catch you with that. You still see.
Yeah, whatever.
Since we're on the topic of driving, I'm on the highway a lot. When
Oh, boy.
people camp out in the left-hand lane and have a sandwich, Left lane is for passing. If you're not passing, get over.
Yeah, we're
Drives
going to
me
use this
nuts.
platform to talk about road etiquette. How about when people don't clean the snow off the top of their car?
There's a special place in hell for those people.
Oh, yeah.
Or what about people that don't turn the lights on in the rain?
That's just dumb as well.
It's like, don't you want to be a little safer?
Yeah, please turn them on.
Yeah, I remember like something that's kind of like that. My ex-girlfriend and I would argue because like we lived in the city and we'd ride bicycles and stuff, and I'd always be like, why don't you just like throw the light on your bike? Like, no, it's daytime. I don't know if she was worried about looking like a nerd or whatever.
People need to see you.
But I'm like, doesn't that just make sense?
Yeah.
You want people to see you kind of thing? So that's another thing.
No one's paying attention anymore.
Yeah, and you see people like, I mean, no longer living in the city, and now we live in the country. You see these dudes riding bicycles, and you're like, wait a minute, this is a 50-mile-an-hour road, and you don't have a light on your bike?
There's no shoulder. It's
risky.
suicide. It's so dangerous.
Or these like stay-at-home moms that decide to go for a jog in the middle of the day. It's like you come around a corner on a 45-mile-an-hour backcountry
All
road,
black
and there's like
Lululemon.
a lady running on the road. It's like, of all the roads you picked to run on here, and if you live up here, you can afford a gym membership. What are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you taking your life in your own hands? You're taking fitness real seriously.
Dude,
You're
I
gonna
see it
die.
all the time. Especially driving home on River Road on the Jersey side. There's people running and biking on the side of the road. I'm like, the canal is right there.
The canal path is right there.
The path is right there.
It's like whatever.
I was just looking at it like, you're fucking kidding me.
That's a whole nother.
Suicide.
The canal path
Yeah.
is like something like one time I was walking Knox with Ariel on the canal path.
Mm-hmm.
And this dude came up out of nowhere on his bicycle. And like Knox wasn't on a leash. He's probably supposed to be, but he's a well-behaved chap, so he doesn't need to be on his leash. This guy like swerved people, almost hit Knox, but like Knox was close to me. So the guy's like, put your dog on a leash. I was like, turn around and tell me. And he stopped his bike. And I was like, oh yeah. Here we go. I was like, babe, hold my championship belt. So the guy turned around and started telling me what, and I was like, hey, look, like, I don't know if this is the Autobahn or not, but like you're on like an electric powered bicycle flying down. You didn't even like ding your bell or anything like this. I'm about to ding your bell. And he was like, I literally said that. I was like, dude, like, cause you just got to take him down a notch. Be like, yo, why don't you ding your bell, you bitch?
That's what's up.
You boy.
And
And
get back on his bike and just start pedaling it then.
yeah, so we started walking towards him, and then Knox,
It's a great dog.
Knox is obviously not a dog you want to tussle with.
Oh, no.
And like, I was like, hey, man, like, no offense. If the dog, like, he was like right on my leg when we were walking because Knox knows better. I was like, dude, even if he was on a leash, and walking like away from me, would that have changed things? Because
Right.
people have like those like extender leashes. I was
Yep.
like, if he was on a leash and like was kind of like doing his thing, you would have crashed into us anyway. I was like, why don't you keep pedaling? Oh, I'm gonna throw your bike in the canal. And he's like, how are you gonna do that? And I literally was, and my wife's like, oh, like let's just let it go.
We're at the
And
point
I
of
was
no
like-
return.
And I'm like, how am I gonna do that? And I literally took him. I was like, what? What kind of? I'm gonna pick it up and throw it in the goddamn water. What do you mean? What do you mean? And like this guy's like obviously painting pictures along the canal in his free time.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this is not a good situation. And finally he wised up and zoomed off. But that's like what you see on the canal now is these like middle-aged ladies that are like, I want to go for a bike ride. And they're not even pedaling. They're just the Wicked Witch just cruising down the fucking path on their electric bikes. I'm like, you pedal.
Or else what's the point?
I'm going to get a bike to exercise, but it's got to have an electric motor, so I only have to
Yeah.
pedal to get started. Like,
Yeah.
what?
You know, fuck
And
that.
when we were kids, we would get in trouble all the time for riding the dirt bikes in the neighborhood. Cops would show up, they'd be like, hey, you can't ride these motorized bikes around. And now you look around, and there's kids ripping on these electric bikes.
Oh, yeah.
12
that's
o'clock
loud.
club.
12, like, or little 12 o'clock boys, like right down like the fucking roads. I'm like, dude, this isn't the city. I thought we gave this up. These kids in like backcountry roads, like doing wheelies. I'm like, you've been watching too much YouTube.
The best is when they're doing 12s and then they fuck up and they go to 6 real quick and they they flip over the handlebars and the quad runs them over. I'm like, yeah, serves you right.
Dude, when I lived in the city, the kids would take up entire streets riding their bicycles, just like wheeling. Cars would be coming honking, and they'd be like, there's so many of us. And sometimes I just like wished I was like, I wish a car would just come through here and just like clean up a couple of you guys.
Summertime, Broad Street, it's back and forth all day long.
Yeah, and I mean, I have a couple motorcycles. I used to ride in the city, and every now and then you get somebody pull up on you, and they'd be like, "Yo, let's get some wheelies going," and I'd be like, "Nope,
Doesn't do that.
nope."
Yeah.
I mean, if you want, sometimes they would get me fired up, and I'd throw it down for them.
Brat.
But this one time, this guy on like near Temple's campus pulls up next to me on an R1. It's a jacked black dude. It was like DMX's stepbrother. And this guy didn't have a helmet on, and it was a real nice bike. And it like I was like sitting there, he's like, "Yo, nice bike."
Was
I'm
it a
like,
street bike or a dirt bike?
street bike.
Oh, nice.
And like my bike was pretty sick at the time, and I was like, "Yeah, dude, bow, bow," and like threw like some flames. And he was like, "No, that was sick, dude." We got to the next traffic light. We're doing like our bro thing, you know. They pull up, and this dude is jacked city. Like he was on all the steroids, and I didn't realize until we got to the second traffic light that underneath the strap on his passenger seat behind him, he had a Barbie doll, like with her legs like strapped down underneath the thing, and she was just like
so half of her was just bent up,
hanging
she
in
was
like
sitting
this,
there.
and I like looked back at the Barbie doll, and I looked up at him, and he's like, "Yeah, you know, had to take the bitch for a ride."
Oh,
I was like,
man.
I was like, yeah, no doubt. That's all I said. I was like, yeah. I mean, foolishly, I didn't have a helmet on, so this communication was pretty easy. I was like, yeah, no doubt, right? What the? I literally was probably so confused. We rode together for a little bit, and then he just like we got to City Hall, and he literally like the first light, it was like green, yellow, and then we got to like, and it was like starting to change to red because like you can kind of time it. You're like, I'm gonna get caught by one of these lights.
Yes.
He's literally knee dragging around City Hall at like 25 miles an hour. I'm like, how's he even keeping it up at that speed? Like you got to get your knee down and like hold it like that. You got to have speed. And he's literally like dragging the bike around, like blowing the red light, going around a Septibus, and I'm like,
Peace.
see you later, brother. see you.
It's like
see
the other
you.
Fast and the Furious.
Dude, I literally was like, I thought like usually when stuff like that happens, I'm like, I'll keep up with him. But this time I was like, whatever that guy's up to, I don't need any of that.
Yeah.
I'm good.
He's like, he literally looks like he works out by lifting his bike up and down.
He's taking the bitch out for the
Yeah,
ride.
take a bitch for a ride. I was like, what?
I would have just started laughing. I just put the kickstand down. You go.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was, yeah. And the Barbie dog looked kind of Asian.
Whoa.
So I don't think it was Barbie. It was definitely like, I don't know, like the Bratz dolls or something like that.
Probably. It was probably Bratz.
I was like, one of his kids or something like that. Or like, he probably has, you know, a couple different, he probably is like stopping to see all his kids. And one of his kids like, I'll see you next week, Dad. And just take Barbie with you. He's like, I got her. She in good hands.
Or you think maybe he has different dolls for different days?
Dude, honestly, if it was his doll, like this guy his muscles had muscles.
Yeah.
So like when you're that jacked, you can do stuff like that.
Oh, yeah,
and
that's
people
probably
are
what
like,
he's doing.
that guy's cool.
Yeah, it's probably what he's
They ain't
doing.
gonna fuck with him.
Yeah, nobody's gonna say shit to this dude.
Yeah. How long ago was that?
This was like 2016, 2017.
Man, shout out my guy. You think he's still out there riding his bitches
He's
around?
probably dead.
Oh, no.
Yeah, dude. He's
Damn.
probably dead. Corona probably got him.
Dang, I got to pour one out for my guy.
Yeah, dude, he has a comorbidity.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's called too many steroids.
Too many steroids, too many
He's
bitches.
immunocompromised because his body's always fighting muscles off.
Oh, shit.
You know what I'm saying? Corona just comes in and just sets up shop inside a body like that.
Wipe them out, yo.
Yeah, dude. You got too many muscles, your immune system, like your blood's not pumping fast enough. It's like, do we fight the corona or do we pump blood to these muscles?
Yeah.
It's like, obviously not fight the corona. This dude's crazy. He'll rip the muscles out if we don't fight.
Well, he rode hard. And he
Yeah, I
rode the
remember,
bitches.
like, and back then I was still like fooled by like steroids. You'd see dudes like that and you'd be like, oh man, what's he eat? You know? And now I'm much wiser to
Yeah.
the roids.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the guy was on all the juice.
Oh, his skin is leather.
Yeah, I was like,
yeah.
oh
Steroids.
shit, dude. That's not a leather coat. That's his skin.
That's his skin. That's his back.
Yeah. Yeah, like stretch marks in his biceps and shit. Like
Oh.
when you see dudes that big, you're like, how do the quads get around the bike?
Oh, shit.
It's literally, dude, I remember his legs were fucking huge. Like, I was like, this, okay.
That's ridiculous.
You should probably be on a Harley.
Nah,
I'm like, I couldn't even imagine him like he probably gets cramps trying to throw his leg over the bike.
mhm.
His muscles just lock up.
He just shoots off of it.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That's why he was able to hold the bike up.
Ghost ride the whip.
Quite honestly, I'm amazed he didn't have like a gallon of water on the back of the bike.
He probably can see it.
Yeah, he
It's
probably
so
just
big.
finished it.
Yeah.
Threw it into a trash can, made the shot.
Toby.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah, I remember I was like, oh man, dude. Like, and then after that, I was like, yeah, maybe I should head over to South Street and see if he's still doing okay. Because like on Friday nights, like the South Street was lit with bikes.
Yeah.
Have you ever been down there on like a Friday night? I mean, I don't know if it's lit. This was like 6 years ago. So I
Still
don't
like it.
Yeah, it's still like that. You pull up on South Street. Let's just say like you're like there's all those like T-Rex bikes. There's like trikes, and every sound system is like louder than the next sound system, and they're all playing Drake.
Yeah.
So
just yelling, and they're all single dudes. They're all single dudes, and they're all wearing like goggles and shit.
Yeah, the fucking
like,
bucket helmets.
Just like yelling at girls, dude. Like, you're gonna pick up girls with this fucking bike car? Does it work?
Bike car.
The community I come from, this does not work.
Yeah, no.
I told somebody that same truck that I smoked that dude out on. I was in this like small shopping center by my mom's house one time, and this guy comes out or whatever, and he's like, oh man, like younger kid. He was younger than us, and he's like, oh sweet truck, dude. I'm like, oh thanks. He's like, yeah, a bit like, and this is the second time this happened to me. Once happened on a motorcycle, once happened in his truck, and the dude was like. And then I was prepared this time. And my response was flawless. And he was like, oh, dude, I bet the ladies love this. And I'm like, nah, honestly, dude, just 12-year-old boys and apparently you. It's just like, yeah, it's like every preteen kid is like, that's sick. And it's like no girl has ever been like, dude, that's a sweet truck.
Squirt.
Yeah, it's just like no girls are like, oh, I'm going to go on a date with him. Look at those off-road tires. Are those BF Goodrich?
Yeah, right.
No.
BF good.
No.
Mickey Thompson pass.
And like I never like I've no buddies that I used to ride with that would like pick up random girls and be like they would just get on their bikes, and that never happened to me. And probably because I said no the few times it did almost happen, girls would be like, oh, that's so sick. I'm like, dude, if you're just like the random girl that's into dudes with motorcycles, you've been around.
Yeah.
I don't want any of that.
Yeah,
on a lot of
I
bikes.
don't need that attention.
Yeah.
I kind of like into the girl that's like casually skeptical of the motorcycle, but open to the possibility. It's like I need to know that you're not completely okay with danger, because that's a rational woman.
Oh yeah.
If your woman's just like, let's get on this bike, like you see it. Last time I saw it, we did the Toys for Tots ride. That's like Preston and Steve or whatever. Yeah. And like the Harley ladies that we saw that day, I was like, these girls like being on the back of bikes. They were like dragging, like just like this one girl was like texting while the guys were running in front of me, and this dude could really, really ride a bike. Like, and when you're on that heavy of a bike and you can whip it around like that, you know what you're doing. Yeah. And this girl was like, her biker daddy was just like, that was a dumb line.
That's a good one.
It worked.
Yeah. Was all over the place, but like knew what he was doing, and she's just like texting. It's like on the back. I'm like, there's an unreal lot of they're never gonna get a divorce. There's complete trust in that relationship.
As long as that bike is running, dog.
Yeah, as long as they don't crash.
Yeah, they're good to go.
I mean, even if they crash, she'd still be like, oh, it's cool, we get another one. We'll ride again.
Yo, that's hella control though, to be back there just texting.
Just
all
like,
legs.
Just like she's
Bro,
like,
she's got some legs on her. Huh?
I'm cool with this.
Yeah.
No, like you gotta pay. If you're on a passion on a bike, you want to pay attention.
Oh yeah.
You want to be ready for the crash.
Bro, if I ever got behind someone on a bike, I'm gonna fuck who it is. I'm bear hugging you.
Dude, we should do that. Before I sell that one bike, we'll go for a ride.
Bro, I'll grab you by the tits, dog. I don't care.
Dude, just hold on to my.
I'm going nowhere. Fuck out of here.
Yeah,
exactly, dog. 2 hands on them titties.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck, bro.
That's smart.
Yeah, bro.
That's smart.
I don't fuck with bikes like that.
Dude, yeah, you can ask Ariel about it. Like, there was times on 95 that she's like, I was like, oh, that was an interesting ride. Because you would get in, like, cars would try and cut you off. There's no respect for motorcycles in there. I've punched mirrors off of cars. I've done all kinds of crazy shit to people trying to run me off the road. And, like, people have, like, tried to kill me with cars before. What the fuck? Just because they, like, want to be in the lane. And I'm like, hey, I'm over here. Like, and they're like, yeah, no, I don't give a fuck. You're on a motorcycle. And then it's like,
this is how people die.
Oh, this is how you go to jail for murder. I remember there was a couple times where, like, we were riding and we got someplace and I was like, oh, that was a little sketchy. And she's like, honestly, I just closed my eyes. Let Jesus take the wheel. She's like, yeah, I closed my eyes for about 20 minutes there. And just, like, held on.
Fuck.
I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah, Megan wants a bike. And I'm like, no, people don't pay attention. You're not getting a bike. You want a
Your
dirt
wife
bike?
wants a bike?
She does. She's badass. I'll buy you a dirt bike. and you can go rip around of whatever the hell you want. But you want a street bike? I'm gonna follow your ass in my car.
You know what they'll do? They'll get like a trailer, and she'll just ride the bike on the trailer, and he'll drive her around.
Yeah, yep.
Like the Geico commercial.
Yeah. You could do that. I mean, I'm selling a bike. She want one?
Try to get rid of the bike on
You are not riding the bike with my wife.
Deal done. No,
Yeah,
fuck that.
I want to. I've been thinking about getting rid of the one bike and trying to buy at least 2 dirt bikes because I got to get Gilmar out there.
I grew up on a dirt bike and a 4-wheeler. They're so much fun.
Yeah, I want to just like go trail riding with somebody, and Ariel's not going to go, and I know Gilmar. I'll talk him into it.
Bro, I'll do
it's
it.
a lot of fun.
I've never ridden a dirt bike. So.
Yeah, dude. When
Do
you go
it.
trail riding, I'm not talking
fun.
like Supercross. Like we don't go and hitting jumps and shit.
Oh, shit.
Like go ripping in the woods. You know, maybe run into some bears.
Ooh.
Go camping. and
Fucking
run.
yell at them and act real big.
Just bing, 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 bing.
Yeah.
And then
Start
they're
a
like,
fire.
"Oh, what was that? A 2-stroke?" No, bear. It's a 4-stroke.
The bear's like, oh, fuck.
Oh shit, dude.
Runs away.
Yeah, it runs away, dude.
And that's how you defend yourself against bears. In case you know.
Your wife wants a bike.
She does.
Damn. I'm impressed.
Yeah, it's
I don't even know her. I think that's fucking wild.
That's
No,
pretty cool.
When she told me, I was like, "That's awesome," but at the same time, I'm like, "I don't really want you being a road pizza either."
Road pizza. There you go. We did.
I'm keeping that.
Because I drive a lot for work, and I just see a lot of dumb mistakes with bikes and cars. I'm just like,
Straight up, I don't really ride that much anymore because I don't really have the time. I've got too many things, too many hobbies.
you're involved in a lot.
Yeah, I'm involved in a lot of things. But I also was like talking to Gilmar about it the other day. I was like, honestly, like I drive so much for work as well. I think I do like 30,000 miles a year. I got a dash camera because I see so much shit that I'm like, I got to start capturing this ridiculousness. And
And you driving through road closed signs.
listen, the road's not closed unless it's closed. And sometimes even closed roads are open.
That's why I sent you that video of that guy going through the road closed thing and blowing my throat. Like, this is why you don't do that. Even
Dude,
though I do.
I
it.
had a cop buddy of mine send me up by us. There's a road closed off of like the 413.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a bridge that's like out. Like the
Okay.
bridge is donezo. It's been done since we were kids, and they finally closed it down. Like it's literally pothole and I'm like, how's this bridge not falling down yet? And this woman went around the road closed signs and was driving so fast. It was like, I think it was early morning or nighttime hours. She blew past the signs and like got stuck on the closed bridge. Like it was closed because they like were demolishing it. So he sent me, he's like, "Oh, is this you?" And I'm like, "No, you idiot. I know that bridge. It's closed." It's not, you know what they should, in that situation, it shouldn't be
Dirt
roads
piles.
closed. Bridge is closed.
Bridge is closed, not the
Yeah.
road.
Yeah, see, I take bridge closed signs very seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever seen the movie Road Trip?
Yes.
Can
I
we
just watched
pull-
it the other day.
Google like road trip bridge jump.
It was on Netflix, so I threw it
Dude,
on
this-
there.
this
It's
is-
so awesome.
Better make it 65. Yeah, this right here.
That's right. It's so excellent.
Here, go back to the beginning so you can hear the dialogue and like turn it up a little bit.
This was a great 2000s movie.
This is going to save us 5 hours minimum, so you can thank me later. Okay?
Maybe we should just turn around and go back to the interstate.
We're not going back. Yeah, we're not going back. Have some faith, Kyle. It's supposed to be a challenge. That's
Everyone
why they
knows
call
a
it
Kyle.
shortcut. If it was easy, it would just be the way.
If it was easy, it would just be the way. So they pull up to a bridge and it's completely closed.
I give us about 20 minutes before our first ass raping.
What do we do then? If we turn around, we're gonna lose 5 hours just backtracking.
Turn around.
Yeah, I study this. I think I know what I'm doing.
We can make it.
Make it? You mean jump it? No, absolutely not. No way, we're going back.
It can be done. This incline here is 30 degrees roughly, right? The factory weight of the car is 1,600 pounds. Add our weight plus cargo, we're talking 2,100 pounds.
No.
If we hit this thing at 50 miles per hour, our trajectory
He's such a wet
will
noodle.
clear 10 feet.
The whole movie.
Easy.
No way, absolutely not.
Kyle, we'll go 60 just to be certain.
We're going back. This is impossible.
No.
Are you sure?
No.
Of course I'm sure. With physics, I'm always sure, yes.
I'm driving.
I don't think you guys heard me. This is my car, and we're not gonna be jumping over any rivers.
Kyle, it's 10 feet. Bob, hope you jump this in a golf cart. I can spit across this gap.
The bridge spits across the bridge, falls down.
Yeah. Well, better make it 75.
75.
Yeah.
It's
No,
science.
no, you guys. No. EL, get out of my car.
Kyle, in the car. Come on.
These fucking guys.
His
dude.
dad, Kyle's dad in the movie is like the biggest tough ass too.
Yeah. It's funny because it's the opposite of what a Kyle is nowadays.
Yeah, I feel like Kyle's kind of tough now.
You're right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
It's a Ford Taurus, also known as the ass kicker.
Yes, kicker.
You only need to hit 60.
It felt like they back up 10 feet, but it's really like a whole mile.
Oh my god, dude. Oh shit.
The car is like fine in the movie, but that car is undrivable.
Oh yes.
That car is undrivable.
I forget the actor's name, but the guy who drove the Taurus and jumped it, he was also in Dukes of Hazzard. He
He's
was
also,
jumping it.
dude, doesn't he play Stifler in
He is Stifler.
American Pie?
Yep, he's Stifler.
Yeah. Excellent movie.
I accidentally jumped.
Have you ever jumped a car before?
It was accidental. So on Rickett Road in Blooming Glen, Percy Township.
Shout out.
Um,
Some train tracks were involved.
there was no train tracks, but it was a steep bridge over like a creek, and my brother and I were going out to Doylestown that night, and I was like, "Oh, I'm going down this road." So I was in my '92 Jeep Wrangler that my dad and I redid, and I was going a little too fast, and all four tires came off the ground, went up, and like just hit perfectly. I was just like, "Holy shit!" He was like, "Did you mean?" Yeah, not like that video, but like we just hit and just kept going. I was just like, "Oh my god, I'm never doing that again." So, but the thing is, that was the bridge you went and jumped, because on the other side there was like gouges in the blacktop.
yeah.
So it was like 5-8 years of kids doing that, either on purpose or accidental. And since
There's a
they've-
spot up there in New Hope on Aquatong Road that's like completely like that.
I know what
And
you're
I was in the
talking
truck
about.
with Ryan, and he had just gotten the one. He's since had like 2 trucks since then, but he just got this truck, and we were coming up to the train tracks, and he floors it, jumps the train tracks, and I'm like literally like, "This is a brand new truck. What are you doing?"
Breaking
he's like,
it in?
and he's like, "Yeah, that was a good send."
Yo.
I was like, "All right, dude."
Oh, Ryan.
Yeah, I've been a part of. That was number 3 car jump I've ever been a part of. The first one I ever was a part of was on Stony Ford Road over in like Langhorne.
Okay.
I was a new driver. It was me and my brother in the car. My mom's minivan was the victim. We came up this hill, and it's a huge hill up and a pretty nice slope on the other side. And like, it's not like you got to hit it with a lot of speed to get air.
Yeah.
And my brother was like kind of provoking me a little bit, so I got the the Windstar minivan up to as hard as I fucking could, and just like 70 miles an hour, just fucking sent this thing at like 16 years old. Came down on the other side. My mom needed new struts, but the car rode just fine.
It was a lowrider.
Yeah, dude, like, she took it in for work like a few, maybe like a month or 2 later, and they were like, "I just need like my struts are all blown." I'm like, wouldn't know anything about that.
What's a strut?
And they like told her, they're like, "Did you jump this guy? Anything happen?" And my mom like definitely knew. Like it was only me and my brother could be responsible for this.
She came home and
I
just-
got an earful.
Yeah.
I got an earful, but luckily, my brother's pretty cute at that age, so he gave her a smile, a little. "It's okay, Mom."
Yeah.
And then she just forgot about it.
There was one time where my mom actually laid into my brother and I.
Yeah,
More me.
just one time.
Yeah, we were pretty good, but
Okay.
my mom wasn't the yeller.
Yeah,
She was more of the calmer one.
yeah.
Both amazing parents, but
My mom was a yeller.
yeah,
I have every reason to yell, usually.
yeah.
And she's a loud woman in general. So yelling was like are we yelling? Or are we just
Talking.
are we talking now?
Yeah,
What did you do?
this is such a great story. So of age, we were out drinking the night before.
Okay.
I took a whole bottle of Jack to the face.
Oh Jesus! Somebody hit you with it, or you drank it?
Drank the whole thing.
Okay. You gotta be sure.
So we all stayed over, and the next morning, it's like almost knew the family that was there knew what we were doing, because I'm going to feed these kids before they leave. So I was like, I really don't want to eat, but I was like, I got 2 pancakes on my plate. I'm like, fine, I'll eat these. And we get to where my car is back at my other friend's house, and I just throw my keys right to my brother. I was like, "You're driving." He goes, "Yeah, obviously." You're not doing too hot. So we're coming through Doylestown, all this. He goes, "Hey, the shoulder is about to close. Are you good?" I'm like, "I'll be fine." We get to the red light at like 3:13 or 1:13. We're like the CVS and the Mexican restaurant. I forget the other road we were on. And as he starts to go through the green light, Ryan decides to get sick.
You threw up inside the car?
No. So I'm hanging halfway out.
Oh, shit.
But he goes, "Hey, it's a 45 road and this guy's on my ass. I got to kind of go." It's blowing back into the car.
Oh, shit.
Oh, my God, dude.
So I was just like, I will literally pay for a car wash. You're going right now. So we ran to the car wash. I thought we were good. I'm like, I asked my brother as we're coming home. My parents are outside working in the yard. I'm like, "God damn it. Now we're even more. Now we're in trouble." So he pulls it outside, leaves it outside, and Mom and Dad see the side of the car. And I walked in the house all hungover and beat up, and she was just yelling at me. And it was a very good learning moment. It was really funny.
You got to slow down with throw up outside the car.
Yeah, so it's a really funny story.
I have, that makes me think, like, I had two people have a fight in a car that I was driving one time because somebody in the front seat kept spitting sunflower seeds out and the back seat window was open. Atlantic City Expressway. One of my buddies like smacked/punched maybe from the back seat window into the front seat window. He just like this, like punched his kid in the face, spitting sunflower seeds out.
So was the kid in the front seat doing it on purpose?
Yeah, I mean at that point it was on purpose, and I'd locked the windows.
Oh,
so
you're
I was like,
evil. I love it.
I was like, let's just see where this goes. Lock the windows up. Yeah, dude. Dodge Intrepid and pretty roomy back seat, so
Yo,
you can
shout
move
out.
around. And I was like, dude, I didn't really think it was going to get that far.
Well, this escalated quickly.
I didn't think I was going to escalate to a punch. You gotta pull over at the next rest stop and see where this goes.
That's fucking crazy.
But by the time we got there, the kid in the back seat realized he'd get his ass kicked. But that's funny. So lesson be learned, dude.
Yeah, big lesson learned.
Don't throw up out of moving vehicles.
Yeah, I felt bad because it was my mom's like Jeep Wrangler, and it was really shitty of me to do that. So I was like, I'm sorry.
You guys are big Jeep people then.
We are.
Huge
Yeah.
Jeeps. Have you ever been to like any of those off-road places or anything like Roush Creek? Or
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the 92 Wrangler I jumped, my dad and I took it up to Ralph's Creek one day, and we jeeped with a bunch of other guys. It was awesome.
It was off-road worthy then.
Yeah, it was 2.5-inch lift, 33s, like on-road, off-road tires, bumpers, KC lights. Hilltown Police Department loved me because they were illegal. I would run them as fogs.
I mean, they're only illegal if you turn them on.
I ran them on.
Yeah.
They're bright. They're labeled as fog lights, and they're bright whites. And when you're sitting at a traffic light and the cops here, like you're hitting them right in the eyes. I'm like, why did that car just turn his lights off? I'm like, oh shit, that's a cop. So but by the time he flicked his on, mine were going off. He goes, yeah, I'm gonna need you to keep them off. I'm like, yeah, but they're fog lights. Look at the mat. He goes, do you want a ticket? I'm like, I'll keep them off. He goes, thank you.
You see that now with all these dudes that have like the LED bars on their truck.
You gotta keep them off.
I've had two trucks with like a curved LED bar on the top, and the first one we put on, my brother bought them. I was like, yeah, sure, we can throw them on. And the switches he got were like little Sasquatches on them.
That's sick.
I'm like, oh boy. And we turned them on the first time, and we had to like set the light up, so like bend it so it's like set up right. So we drove it to this elementary school where there's like a huge brick wall.
Yeah.
And we like parked in front of the brick wall to like set the lights up. And the first time I flicked it on, I was like, I don't know when we would use this. We're going to have to find some places to drive to.
Mm-hmm.
But it came in handy for like plowing snow and stuff like that. You literally could just turn that thing on and it was ungodly bright. But it was definitely worth it.
It was really fun when it would snow like 1-2 inches, like just like a dusting. I'd go hit every Penridge School District parking lot and just tear around it. It was so much fun.
Have you ever almost rolled a Jeep?
No.
I wanted a Jeep Wrangler so bad when I was younger, and my dad would always tell my mom, he would like call her up on the phone and be like, don't let it happen, I'll roll it.
They're a lot better now than what they
like,
were.
Shh, have some faith, boy.
I rode my
But I
four-wheel
probably
car.
would have. So shout out.
Shout out, right?
Yeah,
on
dude.
that Jeep.
I finally did get one, kind of. Didn't
They're so
last
much
super
fun.
long, but yeah, the one I got was like a lemon. It's just everything broke on it, and then I realized like the Wranglers nowadays aren't built real well because they expect you to like change everything on them
because they realize
So
all
they
the guys
just-
are cutting them.
Yeah, they just like they don't put like the best stuff in them. So when you get up into higher mileages, they start to break down pretty frequently because they just expect you to like
Redo
swap everything out.
Yep.
I remember my
Fake Lego.
is have you ever got Death Wobble?
Yeah. We then my mom's. I had that,
Yeah.
so we then had to put a
Dude, YouTube the Death Wobble on like trucks.
steering stabilizer replacement to stop that.
Yeah. Just like I don't know.
They have a diagram.
They
I
have a
love
diagram
it.
of what happens. So basically, what happens is like when your steering system or your basically gets out of balance at certain speeds, your truck can like just go haywire. So if you pull up a video of it, you can watch like what happens to your wheels from outside the car. The first time this happened to me, it happened to my ex-girlfriend, and I was like, what you're describing to me it sounds ridiculous. And she's like, you call me a liar? And I was like, no. And then it happened to me once, and I was like, that is scary. It is beyond scary.
It's usually 50 plus. Yeah, Jesus.
Like, look at, like-
my God.
Like he's literally holding the truck on for dear life.
I haven't seen it that bad. You just take a little shake.
Yeah, mine was pretty bad. So like, hopefully they show it from out. Like your tires are just like.
That's fucking crazy.
And when you're in the car, you're like, I'm gonna die. This is it. Jesus, take the wheel.
It's so dangerous. My God.
That happened with other cars or just specifically Jeeps?
It
So it's-
happens with cars that have like lift kits.
Yep.
Or
Really big tires.
Really big tires.
And this isn't the same as having like your cars aren't your
Look.
tires aren't properly aligned, right?
No, it's the steering system.
Oh, okay.
This is where math and geometry become really important for those kids in the back when they want to just jack the trucks up in the high school parking
And it's
lot.
loud, and it's like it sounds like your whole it sounds like your motor is gonna fall out and go underneath your car.
That's crazy.
Wobble, baby, wobble.
Yeah, gonna get copyright strike. Can't play that.
Yeah, we don't want to get demonetized.
Yeah, damn, that's fucked.
Dude, that's legit.
Yeah, it's pretty scary.
But yeah, off-roading at Rouse Creek was a blast.
That's it's on my bucket list to do. I definitely want to get like a nice Wrangler or something and just go up there. And by nice Wrangler, I mean a used Wrangler that's ready to get crashed. Because that's what we're gonna do. Because Gilmar's probably coming.
What's up?
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, fucking.
And then we'll just be like, what I realized about off-roading cars though, it's not so much about driving, it's about like getting stuck and unstuck. And
Yeah.
as long as you enjoy getting stuck and getting unstuck, that's what off-roading is all about.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
literally
Winch.
what it's all about. It's just getting stuck.
That's dope.
And you got to find places to try and get stuck. And then you got to get out.
It's so cool.
I know. I was like talking to my brother one time. I was like, yo, like we should build like an off-road truck and everything. He's like, dude, that's not for you. And I'm like, why? He's like, you like going fast too much. And I'm like, no. He's like, dude, like when you're off-roading, you're not even really driving that much. You're kind of just getting stuck and then you hang out, try and get unstuck, and then you just laugh about it, and then you like drive a little bit ways, you get stuck again. He's like, that's what off-roading's about. I'm like, maybe it's not for me. But now I've matured, I'm 34. Now I feel like I could handle it.
Yeah,
You
like
should
it's-
get a
yeah.
side-by-side.
Yeah. It's Ryan Miller, who works with us, has a side-by-side, and ever since I've seen that thing, it's definitely moved up in priority.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I've driven them a whole bunch of times.
Yeah. they're fun.
We rented one in Vegas and went out in the desert, and that was pretty wild. My wife went with me. I was like, "Oh, do you want to drive?" And she's like, "Nah, I'm good." I'm like,
She
"Really?
knows.
You're the best partner ever." But he has a Razor, is what his is.
Polaris Razor, I love it.
Yeah, Polaris Razor.
For my bachelor party, my brother and all my guys planned a weekend of where we ended the trip with side-by-sides and quad rental.
Dude, they're really expensive.
Oh, yeah,
I think
they're-
Ryan's was like, I think sticker price on his is like 30 something.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's an off-road truck,
That's crazy.
but just for off-road. It's not.
Mm.
I think you can make them street legal. But-
In some states you can.
Yeah, dude, we're definitely gonna need a 4-seater.
The 4-seaters rip. They have like turbochargers in them and they're like really fast.
Yeah, we were trying to convince him to turbo his, and he wasn't having it.
my buddy went ripping through the trees, hanging on for dear life, and my brother and I were with him, just laughing our asses off. And like we had a speedometer on it, which me and my friends, when we see speedometers, we're just like, let's see how fast you can go through these trees. Like we were going 25 to 30. It was so much fun.
I've seen Ryan drive his like full speed in areas that, like, I'm like, I can't believe this thing's still in one piece. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's when I buy a house with a big enough property, that's what's coming home.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he goes up to the mountains with his. Like, there's like a whole like trails and stuff that I would love to be a part of. So I just like I gotta get one.
Yeah, they're so much fun.
I gotta get. Gilmar and I won't be happy unless we have one of these. So that's what I'm gonna do.
They make like a crap ton of
Right.
accessories for the things. It's like a mini Jeep.
Yeah, his has like zip doors,
Yep.
heater.
That's cool.
Like I don't know if it is AC, but it had a windshield. I think the windshield broke the first time he took it out. But yeah, that's pretty legit.
My parents have one to snowplow the driveway because it's pretty long and it's pretty sick.
Yeah, that's probably fun. Probably makes plowing worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a big utility thing and it's
I'm
a lot
gonna
more
go
fun.
plow the driveway / drive an off-road truck around in the snow. I could see that. But all right, let's end it with sports predictions. Right? Do you follow UFC at all? We got a big fight this weekend.
I did
Anyway.
hear about this. It's part 3, right?
Yeah, Jorge Masvidal, Colby Covington. They used to be friends. They used to be training partners, and now they hate each other.
What happened there?
I think they just hate each other. I
Sure,
think
training each other
Colby got a little famous, got the belt,
Masvidal didn't like it.
and Masvidal's like, he's changed. And then they kicked Colby Covington out of the gym that they trained at, and he had to go someplace else. Ooh, Barboza's fighting too?
Is this on ESPN Plus?
Dude, I'm taking straight left column. We got Colby, Rafael Dos Anjos, and then Edson Barboza.
You think Rafael's going to beat Moicano?
I don't know. I'd like to think so.
Who won last time with Covington and Masvidal?
I think it's 1-1.
All right, then I'm going Covington.
Colby Covington's just like Jorge is a good show, but I think like what you said about when he had that one big knockout against Ben Askren where you just need him right in the face,
That was really about it.
and that's about
stardom.
the biggest lockout he's ever had. Where Colby's,
He had a good fight with
Is it Nate Diaz?
Nate Diaz. He had a pretty good fight with him.
Yeah.
But those dudes just bang. So I mean, you expected that. I don't know.
the Diaz brothers just put the pants on and just go out there and
bro,
fight.
exactly. Yeah, those motherfuckers are crazy.
Who was the guy that jumped over the fence after the McGregor fight and started fighting his guys?
That's Khabib.
Yeah.
Khabib is the GOAT.
Insane.
Yeah, he's incredible.
He's the-
Makachev is next.
He's coaching him up big time.
Yeah, he's.
I think he could be bigger than Khabib.
You think?
I mean, he's built different.
Mm.
He's not as short. He's a little bit taller.
Mm.
He's got his coach is Khabib.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah,
we'll see
you're
what
right.
happens.
You're right.
The first
All right, the
UFC
Sixers win the championship in how many games?
All right. So it depends who comes out of the West.
All right, the Sixers are going to play the Bulls.
That's in the East. All right. So if it's Golden State and Sixers, it's probably going 7.
Okay.
Hopefully Sixers will win. If
Is LeBron in Golden? Where's LeBron play these
It's in
days?
the
the
Lakers.
They
It's
suck.
trash.
I
They
hate
suck. They're
LeBron.
terrible.
It's funny, LeBron James was talking shit on the play-in tournament, and now they're probably going to be in the play-in tournament. Now he's going to be like, oh, this is the most important game ever.
Mhm.
He's such a baby.
Yeah.
LeBron.
If Sixers play Dallas Mavericks or
You're putting it down for on record right now.
yeah, I know.
We're
It's
going to come
important.
back and be like, he called it.
I'm going, all right, so mine is Golden State. Anyone else in the West, I'm saying Sixers and 6.
Sixers and 6. That just sounds right. I'm going to back it up.
Yeah. Sixers and 6.
Sixers and 6.
Not bad. I agree with that. What about Eagles?
They keep all 3 first-round draft picks, or they trade one of them away for, like, actual need. It's probably going to be a quarterback because what happens is Howie Roseman can't sit still. Oh, Sixers are making all this noise. I got to go make a trade.
Mm.
So Eagles are going to go 3-11.
I hope not.
Sixers will go. Sixers. No, Eagles.
Shit.
God damn it.
I mean,
All right, so Eagles gotta have more of a winning record next year. Second round playoffs exit.
So they're going to win at least 6 games.
Well, they play 17 now, so at least 10, 11 games max.
I say 11 max. That's
They're
what
going to
I wanna
win
say.
11 games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say they'll go 11-6.
Yeah, I just don't see that. It's not in the cards.
Flyers gotta. Oh my god.
Oh, the Flyers, don't even talk about the Flyers.
They gotta trade Giroux and get rid of his ass.
Yeah, they're just
They should have
terrible.
done it 5 years ago.
Yeah, he's past his prime.
He should just retire.
The second he got that contract for when he got the cover of the NHL, I don't know why they do that. They're gonna regret it.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, they need to start over. They need to do something. Fucking terrible.
Dogs looking all kinds of weird at us.
He's tired. He's a good boy though.
He's like, I'm going to sleep.
Oh, big yawn. Oh yeah, buddy. Oh,
Boom.
you're so cute. Yes, you are. Oh,
He's like, yeah, I'm a beautiful dog.
this is the first time. This is the cleanest I've seen Rambo, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
The best is when you're posting videos and he's just sprinting, hitting every puddle.
Everybody, it kind of annoys me how many people ask me how often I bathe him. I get why they ask because he's completely covered
Yeah,
in
that's a great question.
He's covered in mud a lot.
Yeah.
But he probably gets cleaned off daily. He's got to be a clean dog. He's got to go into places and be clean.
Yeah.
There's places I'm
That's
just
true.
like, dude, he's too muddy. I can't bring him in. I'm not going in then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The bank.
You know, go to the bank. The bank comes to me.
Yeah.
True.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
We got Bitcoin. Another episode.
Yeah, right.
All right, cool. So we got Sixers and 6. Ryan Rumer, Gilmar.
Here.
Rambo's awake now. He's gonna start assaulting Ryan.
Oh, he's in love. He's good.
Yeah, he's a golden retriever. He only knows one thing.
Scratches.
Is it like love? I love this. Dude, thanks for coming on again.
Dude, this is great.
It's always
Anytime.
a pleasure. Well, I'll brush up on my sports. So next time you come on, we can do like a trivia thing.
Sports ball.
Sports ball. Dude.
March Madness is coming up. Watch it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're getting ready for the March Madness, dude. Yeah. I'm definitely gonna say Duke. Duke's taking it.
I'm a big Duke fan.
I don't even know anything about basketball.
He just said it.
I had to get out of there.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like start talking about college sports. I was like, I don't
He's
know.
gonna bring up Gonzaga, and you're like, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah, I'll end it on a story. I suck at basketball. I grew up with a driveway that was on a hill, kind of, and we had a net. You know, we had a basketball net. Shout out to mom. And my brother and I would have to compensate for the slope of our driveway. I'd sink them all day, right? We'd be playing. What was that game where you like lined up behind each other and had to knock out?
Knockout, yeah.
Yeah, so I slayed in my driveway. But when we got to the flat outside blacktop
Right.
at school, the ball would just go right over the backstop. And people would be like, why do you suck so bad? I'd be like, yo, come to my street. We'll play at my house. We'll see whose rules you follow.
25-degree slope.
Play on the slope driveway. Try sprinting up and down the hill, dude.
Yeah,
you don't know these streets.
You always play better at home.
Yeah, I had home court
Look at that.
advantage, dude. That's what
Exactly.
happened. It's the truth.
There you go.
It's the truth. People didn't believe me, except for a select few that had played at my house and were privileged enough to drink Pepsis and play knockout.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's a huge
fridge
honor.
was stocked with soda back then.
Damn.
Before parents woke up. They're like, this soda, this sugar's calling diabetes. Yeah, so if you want your kid to be good at basketball when they grow up, get a flat driveway.
Yeah.
And that's where we'll end it. Ryan Rumer, Gilmar, hit the buttons, follow the show, subscribe, and then come to the charity event on the 23rd or you're dead to me.